Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Learning Torah Lishma. We want to talk about today a very important topic, and that is this issue that I see facing Orthodox Judaism, regular Jew that keeps the commandments of the Torah. Today we call it Orthodox Judaism. You know, the other types of Judaism, it's their own making, you understand? But Orthodox does officially claim that Hashem exists, that the written and oral law is from Hashem, that we obey Hashem's commands. We obey God's commands. There is no turning quarters. That is the official position of Orthodoxy, which makes it different than all the other types of people that claim to be Jews, because they, like conservative, reform, lefties, all these different things. So when we talk, our focus is usually the Orthodox, because the other people, they're anyways saying that they don't have to, either they don't believe, they're just doing it for symbolic reasons, for cultural reasons, or that they do believe but they think that they could choose. So for those people to say you're not keeping the commandments, they already don't keep the commandments, or they don't even believe in it, you understand? So our focus is on the Orthodox community. You understand? Because there's potential to fix it. You understand? The mistakes that are being done, there is a potential to fix it. People shouldn't get the idea. People should understand what's happening here. We talk to the Orthodox community, to the people that are Shomer Dar Mitzvahs, people that believe in God and keep His commandments, believe in the oral and written law, because they're the ones that we could say you're not keeping the commandments and now you should. Someone who doesn't think that they have to keep the commandments or doesn't believe at all, that's a different category. That's called kiruv. You have this outreach, you understand? That's a different scenario. So sometimes we will talk about outreach, you understand? But you have to understand there are different boxes, there's different scenarios, and one should understand when we're talking about this one and that one, and there's shouldn't get confused and mix them up. Okay, so that's that. Now, in the frum world, there's this big issue that we lose the smart people. What does that mean? Physically, we lose the smart people. That's exactly what I'm saying. We lose the smart people. And people might think, okay, what's the big deal? So you lose the smart people. Whoever, the Torah will make you smart. Learning, Gemara is going to make you smart. And therefore people just shrug forward and they don't focus on the loss. Meaning, if you see someone that's really smart, you should, right, and he's Jewish and he's born to a religious family, there should be a certain extra, you have to work extra to keep the person in. First of all, because he's smart, his challenges are bigger. And also, his potential to help the nation is very big, because he is very smart. You understand? Now, there's different types of smartness. But either one of them, they're very smart. And if you could bring holiness into him, Kedusha into him, if you could bring wisdom of the Torah, if you could bring that into him, then what he could do 100 he can make up for him as a one person could do what 100 people, what would take 100 people to do. You understand? And since he's one person, even 100 people would never be able to compare to him, because he's one person with one mind doing it all. If you have 100 people, it's impossible to coordinate them as to the extent of one person that has the mind of 100 people. So this is a serious loss. Now, people will, people think to themselves, well, the Torah will make you smart. It's true. It has happened. You understand? But in general, it doesn't bring you to that level. Meaning the Torah does make you smarter, right? And of course, there could be a miracle and you become a genius. Absolutely. But in general, the person stays in his tier, maybe goes a little bit into the next tier. If he's lowered down, meaning he goes up, but someone who's already so high up, not only is he starting from that high place, but he could even go higher. You understand? The Torah will make him go higher. So just like the Torah is making the person who doesn't have, who's a regular smart person, you understand? He's not a genius. He's a regular, very intelligent person. But so when he grows, he grows. But the same way he grows, the super intelligent person, the genius, also grows. You understand? The Torah brings you up wherever you are. So because of this reason, losing these geniuses is a big issue, because we need geniuses in Klal Yisrael, as Rabbanim, as people that make money, in all different areas. We need geniuses. They would be able to figure out the issues that are taking place and how to fix it. And they would be able to sense danger that's trying to infiltrate. They will pick things up at a rapid, quicker pace and be able to have a solution to it. People would have to be willing to listen, but they would be able to do that. You understand? Not having them makes it that it just takes forever to catch a mistake, and when you catch it, it's already entrenched into Klal Yisrael, unfortunately, and people already look at it like that it's a Messiah, and something that was already entrenched from before. To get that, by the time they're able to come, enter that zone, it's people think you're already a kaifer if you even touch it. You understand? So this makes it that it's very easy for the Yetzer Hara, for the Sitra Achra, for the Satan to enter and embed his false ideologies, because there's no one to fight him. So this is extremely important. Now, it doesn't mean that a genius, even Trump, with the tariffs, you see, he was tremendously good with everything. When it comes to tariffs, he got it wrong. You understand? It doesn't mean that a genius cannot get something wrong. That's why there's a community. And and at the end of the day, if he sees that something's problematic, people are telling him that it's problematic, people that are close to him, that care about him and care about, the country, then you need to listen. You have to trust them, even though your mind is screaming not to. Of course, there's a balance, right? You have the tzaddik, you have the righteous person, but you also have the Zayin Tuveir, the 7 elders of the city. That's the way a Jewish town used to be built. That there was the rabbi, and then there was the 7 elders of the city. And each one kept the other one from making an extreme type of mistake. Because we're all fallible to mistakes. But if we know that and we prepare for that scenario, and we know that there's that I'm the rabbi or I'm the Zayin Tuveir, and each one knows their place. And the rabbi is not pretending to be the Zayin Tuvir, and the Zayin Tuvir are not pretending to be the rabbi. Each one knows their place and knows when it's time for them to step up. The rabbi in general is in charge. The Zayin Tuvir bring him information of things, and if the rabbi is making a mistake in a certain area, that's the Zayin Tuvir are there to correct him. You need a lot of honesty, a lot of goodwill, good people, and everything works. So this is extremely important, and I think it's there's the appreciation for geniuses. It used to was very high, very sought after. Now it just became this global look. You just look in the general, you don't look at the individual, right? And even if someone is just a regular or even lower than average, you look at them and you see their potential and you bring it out. Each person has a mission in life. You understand? Today, it's just we don't look at people. We just say, you'll become whatever is needed, whatever is meant to be, and that's not the scenario. Hashem said this person is for this scenario, that person's for that, and you need to realize the mission that Hashem gave to each one of them. That's part of your achrayus, your obligation as a Rebbe, as a Mora, as a Rabbi, as a Rebbitzin, as a Rebbe, Rosh Hashiva, Mashpia, all the different positions that you might hold. That's your obligation. Not to say that whatever's needed you'll be able to do, but to see who Hashem put out to fill that mission. This person, what does Hashem want him to accomplish in life? It's not rocket science. You can't know to the nth degree, but you could see in general, right? There's some people that are very good at psychology. Other people are good at building. There's other people that are good at debates. Each people, they have their different strong points. You understand? And you need to realize, though, not just ignore it and just say, oh, when we need this, then we'll just tell you to do that. No. We look for there's two things. There's the world look. What needs to be done? And I need to find someone that's his strong point. And then there's the personal viewpoint. I look at the individual, I see what did God create him to do? And it's not so difficult to figure out. Usually the person, what he's created to do is something that he'll like. It's something that's very good at, right? It's hard that you should like something that you're terrible at. You understand? You like, it goes hand in hand, because since you like it, you become good at it. You understand? Or you could learn very quickly to become good at it. So this is important. This is important. This is, of course, in a very general way we're talking about it. There's, of course, much depth, but it's something that people are missing today, and frankly needs to be realized. The importance of each individual, and not to put people into a mishmash, to put people into this vague term and you could just turn them into whatever you need. First of all, that's not the way you should look at a human being, and that's not the way you should treat them, and that's not what Hashem wants. Hashem wants you to be intentional, to be smart, and if you don't have that wisdom, don't fake it that you do. You're just causing harm. Realize your mission and bring in someone that's good in that area. Hashem loves you, and it's only going to get better and better. Keep following him.